Welcome to the Journey to True Wealth. I'm Steve Martin, Managing Partner here at SRQ Wealth in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. Today's topic is very important and very top of mind for most of you. Is your bank safe? Surely you must have asked yourself that recently. With Silicon Valley Bank's recent failure in the news, this has been the talk all week. Not knowing if your money is safe, especially what you thought was the bank money, you thought that was the safe money, this could be very unnerving. Now, we've seen other banks fail, but is your money safe? Well, one way to evaluate this is to ask the experts. So let's see what the experts were saying about Silicon Valley Bank and whether we should have heeded their warning. On March 9th, just a few days before the bank failed, JP Morgan had SVB rated as overweight, Goldman Sachs rated it as a buy, and Raymond James said it would outperform. As you can see, once again, the smart people have let us down. In our last video, we discussed BlackRock's 2022 forecast and found they barely got 50% of their predictions right. Heck, I could flip a coin and get that many right. Here we see that those enlisted to predict the future have failed us again. If you don't know Silicon Valley Bank, it wasn't a normal bank. They took some bets. They had lots of high-tech and private equity clients. Heck, their average account size was $4 million. Now that's a far cry from your typical regional mom and pop bank. Now I'll address the question about your money being safe here in a second, but let's finish this thought. Did you realize that banks fail regularly, almost every year? We just haven't seen it for close to 2.5 years. Typically a few banks fail every year, just not with the fanfare of SVB. And now a few other banks have failed also. 10 years ago, we saw many banks fail. But do you even remember that? Can you name one? Did you lose any money? Or would it have been better just to ignore that and stick with your plan? And that's the point here. Stick with the plan, if you have one. So is your money safe? Well, it depends on a couple things. First, if you're a saver versus an investor, you're relying on the government to protect your money. And they only protect up to $250,000 via FDIC protection. Simply put, if your cash balances are less than that, well, you're protected. If they're larger than $250,000, you're likely fine, but I can't promise that. Second, I would rather rely on capitalism and the biggest and best and most successful companies and CEOs to protect my family and my clients' assets. In 25 years, I've never seen anyone lose money investing in these companies if they did two things: stay diversified and don't sell at the wrong time. Now, of course, you should always have the money you need short-term sitting in cash or safe assets. However, the money you don't need for 10 plus years, it should be protected from inflation, defaults, bank runs, and all the like by investing in a diversified set of great companies. Don't run from these times, run into them. Now, you've probably heard the phrase WWJD, what would Jesus do? But how about the phrase WWWBD? What would Warren Buffett do? Run into this buying opportunity, not from it. But don't do it alone and not without a financial plan. Now, if you need a second opinion or just need to revisit your own financial plan, click the Learn More button here up to my right, and we'd love to hear from you. And also, I'd appreciate it if you take just another second and forward this video to someone who might need a little bit more reassurance. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, and God bless.